The third school of Greek philosophy we want to look at is Cynicism, which brings us back a bit to the concerns of Plato and Stoicism, especially in its vehement anti-materialism. Founded by Antisthenes and furthered by his students Diogenes of Sinope and Crates of Thebes, virtue is considered the greatest goal in life, and cynics too practiced a great deal of self-discipline in opposition to prevailing cultural norms. They traveled barefoot and poorly clad, and earned their living by teaching and or begging. Some see the order of Jesus in Mark 10 and Luke 1 through 10 to travel barefoot, preaching and relying on handouts as an expression of cynic ideas. The book of Acts contains the story of Paul debating Greek philosophers, Stoics and Epicureans, and the Areopagus, the famous open-air public forum of Athens. According to the account, the Athenians listen politely to Paul until he begins to speak about the physical resurrection of Jesus. At this point, the Athenians stop listening. Physical resurrection is a Jewish idea that flies in the face of Greek concepts of the afterlife, where only an immortal soul lives on without the physical body. It should be noted that Athens was one of the few places that Paul preached where he was unable to establish a new church. The philosophical traditions of Athens were too ingrained for a new religion that contained such a radical belief as physical resurrection to gain traction with the population. Now let us shift gears from Greek philosophy to Greek myth, primarily the story of Dionysus and how it seems to foreshadow Christian interpretations of the cosmic role of Jesus. There are several seeming correspondences between the life of Jesus and the myths surrounding Dionysus. I'm not going to take the time to spell those out here. They can be found on page 78 of the text in box 4-2. Rather, I'm going to focus on a couple of specifics regarding the stories surrounding Dionysus and the life of Jesus. First, the myths of Dionysus portray him as the only one of the Olympians, that is, the chief pantheon of Greek and Roman gods, to suffer an agonizing death only to be resurrected to an immortal life. Hera, the wife of Zeus, the chief of the Olympians, is annoyed and jealous of Zeus' frequent affairs with mortal women. Dionysus' mother, Semele, is one such. After Dionysus is born, Hera releases the Titans, ancient gods imprisoned by Zeus. They attack Dionysus, tear his body apart, and eat him. This is followed by his resurrection, which happens in varying ways according to the mythic tradition. See pages 77 through 81 of the text for the various understandings of the resurrection of Dionysus. This, of course, is the climax of the gospel story as portrayed in the New Testament. Jesus, killed unjustly, is resurrected and will return at some future point. The other thing I would like to call your attention to regarding this bit of myth is the gift Dionysus bestows upon mankind, the gift of wine. First, think on this. Wine and all alcoholic beverages are a two-edged sword. The good. Alcohol can liberate us, at least temporarily, from the woes of life, indeed giving the freedom and power of godhood. The bad. This freedom is not without price, as anyone who has ever drank too much can attest. This is a reminder of human limitation, and that we may be unable to fully enjoy a divine gift. The Hebrew Bible has much the same opinion in such passages as Psalm 104:14, Ecclesiastes 10:19, and wine is the drink that will be served upon the arrival of Messiah in Isaiah 25:6. Long before Jesus makes wine and bread part of the Christian liturgy in the Last Supper, Mark 14:22-25, Luke 22:17-20, the two gifts were symbols of the divine favor in myths surrounding Dionysus. Wine to make human life bearable, and bread to sustain human life. While the authors of the Gospels do not try to make the life of Jesus and the myths surrounding Dionysus correspond exactly, they do tell the story of Jesus in a way that has striking parallels with the stories about Dionysus. The Gospels frequently involve wine and bread in important acts from the ministry of Jesus. In the Gospel of John, the first miracle of Jesus changing water into wine. In Luke, Mark, and Matthew, the new covenant is to be remembered with the ritual of wine and bread representing the body and blood of Jesus. The most striking difference, though, is how Jesus and Dionysus respond to those who do not see their divine nature. Euripides, one of the ancient Greek playwrights, presents Dionysus in a play called the Bacchae as killing those who reject his divinity, whereas Jesus forgave those who reject and kill him. But, and this simply points out the diversity of the New Testament, the author of the book of Revelations presents a violent, vengeful Jesus, not the gentle and kind teacher and healer of the Gospels. Not grasping the divinity of Jesus carries a fearsome price, according to the book of Revelations. That's it for this week. Have a good one, and good luck on this weekend's exam. And as always, please don't hesitate to let me know if you have any questions.